We all have our Fortnite moments where we just go a bit too angry. And what I mean by 10 Fortnite moments is things that Epic actually did to their game that made me pretty annoyed about it. So let's go over it. Top 10 Fortnite moments that made me angry. Now, by the way, this is all my opinion, so you might see some things that you might disagree with. So I found out the pump shotgun got vaulted, and I was pretty upset about it since it was really the only shotgun that was pretty useful at the time. And then they gave us this piece of garbage at the time. And that made me pretty angry. I'm like, come on now, what is this? This isn't Fortnite anymore. What's Fortnite without the pump? They can't really be trolling us right now, right? But luckily they did bring it back like about 2 months, a month later in the summer event. So that kind of made things up. But I was still really annoyed because I did not like the combat shotgun at the time. And attack shotgun was pretty useful, but then it became useless again after the combat was just better. Can we just talk about how much I hated crash pads? I mean, they were useful for like avoiding fall damage, I'll give it that. But they weren't useful when people used it to exploit in people's boxes. That was really annoying. It just felt a cheap version of getting in your box instead of taking your wall. Even taking your wall is not even fair because of 0 ping and then the ping just being in the way. But anyways, this was literally like a mini heavy sniper, but you just don't run out. It's just like almost infinite at what it feels like, and they just get in your box and then just one pump you 99% of the time, and that was very frustrating. And it was actually in competitive and in public matches. I think we all know where we're going with this one. I'm specifically talking about Brilliant Bomber, but we also have another one called Wake Rider, which he was actually in the files like a year ago. Probably you haven't known about him, but if you're like evolved a little more in the community, you probably know about him. But they decided to hold him off for like over a year for no apparent reason. He was in the community vote, but the tree guy won, surprisingly. And yeah, no skin, no matter how bad it looks, shouldn't be in the files or just held off for this long. No skin. I want skins to come out released so then we can look, you know, like forward to something, but nah. They would just want to wait. I don't know why. It doesn't really build hype. It just builds annoyment. That's not even a word, but you know what I mean where I'm going. That's not even a sentence too. I can't really speak. Next question. Not question. Next. So I learned that I cannot speak, but aside from that, we have a similar situation from the pump. It got vaulted again. I'm confused. I'm mad again. I'm like, come on now, what is this? And then they gave us this new piece of garbage, the charge shotgun. And not only that, they nerfed the tac shotgun, which is the shotgun we're familiar with, that we always known and loved. And it gets nerfed, body shot and headshot. And then they bring back some SMGs, and that makes them overpowered because nobody wants to use both of the shotguns because they're so bad. And by the way, that was actually my least favorite season from the chapter. This is one of the more smaller anger management problems I have, is where they changed Red Nose Raider, where her pants, they used to be shiny. It looked so cool. That was pretty unique of her. But then they changed it to Walmart plastic brand material. And that was so annoying. They haven't changed it ever since. It's staying like that forever. They always change skins like randomly. She is not the only one who has been through this treatment. I would not be surprised if this was a bug or just Epic forgot to do something with this, where the rat physics aren't the same as they used to be. I talked about this on my like Fortnite bugs video where it explained the 3 phases it's been. If you haven't seen that, then I'll just explain it for you right here. The 3 phases were season 7 through season 10, then the new chapter to season 2 of the new chapter, and then season 3 of this chapter all the way up until now. I'll show the difference in order, and you could see what I mean by that, especially with like the drum gun then and then the drum gun now. By the way, these are the exact same wraps, and you could tell the one then looks so much better. The barrel and like all that stuff is white. There's more white and black, and the other one is just like all messy and stuff. Like, what did they even do to it? How did they mess up this bad? And I want them to change it so bad. Although Chapter 2 Season 2 is one of the top tier seasons in my opinion, best one in this chapter easily, its XP was down horrendous. Like, as soon as you got to like the gold styles to grind, it was very hard. And for someone who didn't even buy tiers, it was even harder. We had punch cards at the time, and they give you 15,000 XP in total. Now, at the time, you would probably like get like a bar of the XP in the bottom, and that's really about it. And on average, I'd say I only get like 2 or 3 levels every day. And I started my grind a bit later, so maybe I would have got level 300 if I would have started sooner. But man, the journey was fun though, I'll give you that, but still, it was pretty stressful to do, and I only ended up getting 296. I hope there's not another season where we would have to grind that much. Now, this is a very controversial topic and it still goes on in the community today. Now, I put 2 in like 1 because they're literally about the same topic almost. Now, I do agree that aim assist at its prime was way too strong. You would get beamed out of the air way too commonly, and someone would just jump on your box of an SMG just to spray you down. And it was pretty annoying, but I'm glad they nerfed it. But what I'm not glad about is they've removed Legacy. Legacy is a whole setting and how your game functions almost. And they just took it out. Like, you don't remove something because it's broken, you fix it instead. But they just wanted to remove it instead. And people have been on it since the beginning of the game, or just whenever they started. So that was pretty unfair to them. But I will agree on score reset being too strong, but it's not strong when someone's on like a higher ping. Let's say CyberK for example, he plays like on 50 ping on like tournaments and stuff like that. His score reset wouldn't be really overpowered, but for someone on a lower ping, I don't really have a chance to shoot back. Like, they make an edit, I pull out my gun, I try to shoot it, I can't shoot it because, oh, they already reset it, and then I just break the wall and then they shoot back at me again. I don't know, that's just a scenario that happened to me probably, but I guess it is what it is. Okay, hear me out. So, a lot of people think that Fortnite console players do not deserve a prize pool or like competitive events for their own like hardware lobbies, but I do have to disagree with that because statistically Fortnite console players spend the most money on the game. Now, I do agree that they don't really deserve an FNCS because if you think about it, by Fortnite's logic, FNCS means the best of the best. So stop tweeting console FNCS for impressions. Anyways, I really do think they deserve something because Fortnite just took it away. Like, they don't do those often, like not at all. There was this blog post they did, it's like, oh, we were gonna do more like platform based events, but they haven't done really any. All they have done is just the Aloy Cup that just happened recently, or just basically the PlayStation exclusive ones, and then just do like the bragging rights trios like every week, and I don't really even play those. And a lot of people think console players only want their own like events because they want earnings. Now, some of the console community, that is true, I would say, but them saying that, oh, they're never gonna get earnings, that's kind of bringing someone down. But anyways, let's talk about my side though. There's people like me who want them because they want like fair lobbies. You know, I guess they're tired of, I don't know, fighting PC players, because when you fight PC players, you kind of feel a bit cheated out, saying like, oh, they spent more money on their hardware, so like they're like mechanically better than me. But anyways, that's about it really for competitive. They definitely do need to bring those back, but spread out the prize pools because it's not as much as PC, because I really do think that they really shouldn't be the same. And lastly, we have Chapter 2, Season 1, when they took out every mobility except the introduction of boats. Like, we literally had nothing. We had to use our feet to run. Like, all of us were just playing Running Simulator or freaking Marathon Simulator because we really had nothing. But then they brought back launchpads in the end, so it started getting better over time. And that is all. That is the top 10 things that made me mad in Fortnite. Now, you may be wondering, worse things like mechs and stuff like that. You know, I wanted to include things like not as obvious because, of course, everybody hated mechs, you know. I just wanted to include it in more like personal opinions and stuff. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.